everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my 2014 yearly favorites. 2014 was just an amazing year, and I just wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting my channel for the entire year. Without you guys, I wouldn't have gotten any of the opportunities. I got to go to New York City twice, which was amazing the first time I got to see it. I can't remember everything off the top of my head, but it was just a great year. I feel like a lot of great things happened. I focused all my attention on YouTube because I wasn't working another job, so I was only doing YouTube. It was just so much fun, and I feel like I really had a great year. So I'm really excited about 2015. I hope my channel can grow even more. I'm hoping to get to 100,000 subscribers in 2015. Not that the number matters, but I just feel like that's a really cool milestone. I have some really exciting things in the works for my channel that I cannot wait to tell you guys about. I'm super excited about them, and I just hope everything works out, and I'm really excited about it. So look forward to some new things on my channel. So let's finally get into makeup. I just wanted to give you guys a huge thank you for all of your support in 2014, and I'm just so thankful for all of you, of course. So I guess I'll first start out with face primer. You guys have probably seen, or I don't know if you guys have seen me use this much. I haven't done an updated foundation routine in a long time because it hasn't really changed. The last one I did, I think, was in the summertime, and it's basically the same other than the primer. I forget which primer I used in that one. But I have been using the Studio Gear Prime Objective Skin Perfecting Face Primer. In 2014, Studio Gear actually reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to go host a makeup event or work at a makeup event for them. And so they sent me a bunch of products. I was super excited to do it because I had never worked an event like that, do people's makeup and help promote their new stuff. But then the event ended up getting canceled, which really sucked. But they had sent me a bunch of their products though just to try out, so I got familiar with the brand because I had never really tried anything from them. And they're really big on primers, and they didn't require me to do any videos or anything. They don't even know probably that I've been mentioning their products, but I've been using them so much, and I really like their primers. They're known for their primers and their brushes, I believe. They have a primer for basically everything, and their primers work so well. So this is the face primer. This is a silicone-based face primer, and it has like little tiny like shimmer reflex in it, and I can only see it. It's kind of like an iridescent look. I can only see it when I pump it out on my fingers, but when I put it all over my face, you can't see any glitter. It just makes your face look so smooth and evened out, and the light reflects on it. It smooths over my pores. This is by far my favorite one. I've been using this one ever since I received it, which I believe was back in August, I think. I don't know. I think it was the end of the summer, but it's just amazing, and it just makes my foundation glide on like butter. So then for foundation, I'm obsessed with BB cream. I've been using this, like I said, all throughout the year. So when I did that last foundation routine, this is what I used, and I was using it in the summer. I've still been using it all winter because my skin gets really dry in the winter, so this works excellent at that. So this is the Garnier BB cream, and this is the combo to oily skin one, and they only have this in light and medium or medium dark. So this one is a little bit dark for me when I just have my natural, like, really pale skin tone. So if you're really pale, this is probably going to be too dark for you. They do have an even lighter version, but it's not the combo to oily skin one. It's just the regular one. I haven't tried that one, but I always heard that this one was better because it's actually more mattifying and it lasts longer. But if you have really dry skin, the other one might be better anyways. But I might end up getting this. But I've been self-tanning, so when I self-tan, this works perfectly. And it's my all-time favorite. It has really good full coverage, but it's really lightweight. And it still like shows your skin through. Like, it doesn't cover up all of my freckles, so those still show through. But it really evens out my skin and just makes everything look so flawless. So I really love that. And then when I actually do want to use foundation, I use my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. Mine's all dirty and gross. The color I've been using recently is Ivory. I also use Creamy Natural sometimes too when I'm a little bit darker. But this one just works amazing. It's super full coverage. Some people say this one oxidizes on their skin and makes it look darker, but I don't really have a problem with that. I haven't seen that at all. So I guess everyone's skin is different, but this is definitely full coverage. So then for my concealer, you guys probably would have guessed I'm going to talk about my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This stuff is amazing. This also has eye priming properties. I actually learned that from Jaclyn Hill because she uses this, and I didn't realize it actually could be used as an eye primer, which is amazing. But it is a super full coverage concealer. It works excellent under the eyes. I have mine in NC15. So I do have it in a little bit lighter shade, but I like to highlight under my eyes with it, but it's nothing too dramatic. Like, I have it on now, and it doesn't look like, I don't know, too crazy dramatic, but I really like the coverage. It covers up my dark circles, and I use this with my Beauty Blender sponge, and it just blends it out flawlessly because the Beauty Blender sponge picks up all the excess so it doesn't crease. I don't have any creasing problems with this, and it just cancels out all the redness and veins on my eyelids, and it also primes for shadows. So this stuff is amazing. And I got this, oh gosh, I probably had it for more than a year, I feel like, and I haven't even used it all up. I actually put mine into a little jar. You guys have seen me talk about that, but I put mine into a little sample jar. That way I can just dip out the amount I want, because this pump will pump out way too much product, so you end up wasting it. So if you use a sample jar, you end up using way less product and it will last you a long time. So I feel like it's really worth the price. So then for face powder, you guys are probably so tired of hearing me mention this, and it has such a long name, but it's the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. I've used this for years now. I love it so much. Mine right now is in the shade Soft Beige, but I do have some other colors. But this stuff is just amazing. It's a full coverage powder, so this works perfect over top of that BB cream because it just gives me a really full coverage. It gives me a matte look, but like the name says, it's not flat looking, so I don't look cakey. So then for bronzer, I recently got the Anastasia contour kit, but you guys have probably heard every single person mention that in their yearly favorites. So since I just got that for Christmas, I didn't want to mention it because I wasn't using it all year, but I absolutely love that palette. It's amazing, and I see why everyone loves it. So I'm just going to mention the Jane Bronzer in Dream. They have different shades of these. You can find Jane Cosmetics either on Amazon or at Ulta. But this I think is around like $12 or something, which is a little bit pricey, but it's seriously the best drugstore bronzer, well, drugstore bronzer that I've ever used. It has a really neutral color, which is awesome. It's not too orangey. And it's also matte too, so there's absolutely no shimmer in this. So then for blush, you guys probably know I'm going to mention this too, and it's the NYX Cream Blush. I have basically every single color of these. I love it so much. So the one that I chose to feature in the video is in Boho Chic, and I really like Boho Chic because it's just a neutral, cool tone pink. So it looks really great on my skin tone. I feel like it would look good on a lot of different skin tones, especially if you have really light skin. This is going to work awesome. So mine, I've almost used it up. I actually already have a backup. So I just stock up on these. I love them so much. I have them in every color that they have. And if you want to see how I apply that, I do have a whole video on how I apply cream blush because it's my absolute favorite. It makes my skin look so dewy and fresh, and every time I wear it, people always compliment me on my cheekbones because I don't know, I guess because it's a little bit glowy and makes your cheekbones look higher. So then for brows, I recently at the end of the year got the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and mine is in the shade Chocolate. I absolutely love this brow product. I had never tried anything from them before, so this was the first product that I got, but I really like it. It's a really thin pencil, and it also has the spoolie on the other side. It just looks super natural, and I can just like do little tiny strokes to mimic natural brow hairs. And this really matches my like warm brown hair color, and that's why I ended up getting it because it was the only brand I could find that had the right color. But I also really like the Nuance Natural Look Eyebrow Pencil. If that was still available in stores, I would definitely recommend that one if you guys can find it. But it's exactly the same as this, but they don't have a color that matches my hair right now. So then for eyeshadow, I know everyone's been mentioning these palettes in their videos, but they are my absolute favorite, so I could not go without talking about them. And it is the Lorac Pro 1 and 2 palettes. If I had to pick one, it would probably definitely be the Lorac 1 palette. I think I like the first one better just because I feel like I might get more use out of it. It's definitely warmer tones. The other one is a lot cooler tones. But I love the Lorac palettes because they have a row of matte and a row of shimmer, and they're super buttery and soft. They do have a little bit of fallout, so you have to be careful when you apply them, but they're just amazing. They're super soft, and they're not as dry as like the Urban Decay ones. And the shade range is awesome. These are also cheaper too than the Urban Decay Naked palettes. These are only $42, which is a little bit cheaper than the other ones. And this is what the second one looks like. It has some color in it, so it's nice if you want to incorporate more like colored shades instead of just neutrals, and it is cooler toned, which is cool. So just depending on which one you like. If you're not sure which one to get, I would recommend looking at what other shadows you already have. And if you have a lot of these same shadows, like just the basic warm neutrals, then I would go with the other one. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I'm just going to quickly mention some eyeliners. So the first one I have is the Studio Gear Gel Eyeliner. This is amazing. I've been using this for, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know, whenever I got those Studio Gear products. But I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this even when it runs out. But I've barely even put a dent in it, and I've had it forever. So Studio Gear products definitely last a long time. You get a lot of products, so it's definitely worth the money. And this is super black. This is better than even the drugstore ones that I've tried. It's better than liquid liner. I just absolutely love that. Then for pencil eyeliner, I chose the CoverGirl Inkjet eyeliner pencils. I have a couple different shades. I just have black and brown to show you guys. I absolutely love these, and they're really affordable at the drugstore, and they last a really long time. I wear them on my waterline. I wear them just by themselves, and I can really create a lot of different looks with these, and they don't move off of my waterline, which I really like. So now for mascara, I have quite a few things to mention. The first one is the Studio Gear Prime Objective Thickening and Conditioning Lash Primer. Like I said, Studio Gear is amazing with their primers. I cannot go without this now ever since I started using it. It's just amazing. It makes my mascara go on so smoothly. It prevents me from getting clumps. It makes my lashes look thicker. I just can't go without wearing this. It's just amazing. I definitely do think it's necessary. It is an extra product, and it's like another step you gotta do. but it makes my lashes hold curl too. I like to apply this first and then curl my lashes, and it holds curl like no other. And for mascara, I picked this one up towards the end of the year, but I fell in love with it, so I'm definitely mentioning it. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This one is newer. You can probably find it at like Walmart or Ulta. I think that's the only places I've seen it. But this one just has a really nice brush to it. It gives me a lot of length and volume, and it also separates. So that's what the brush looks like. It's just amazing. I like this one a lot better than my Revlon 3D volume that I always raved about. This one actually stays on a lot better. It doesn't smudge, and it works basically the same way. I just love it. Then for lips, and this is probably the hardest category just because I wear so many different lip products. The first one is a lip liner, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my lips today, and it is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Nude. So this is just a basic nude lip liner. I feel like it would work on so many different skin tones. It's really natural. Then I have two kind of like crayon type lipsticks that I wear to death. The first one is the Revlon Just Fit and Kissable Balm Stain. I talked about these so much, especially in the summertime. This one is in the shade Honey, which is just a really nice nude color. You can see I've used it almost all the way up here because I wear it to death. But it's really similar to that lip liner, a little bit brighter, but it's just really natural. It looks a lot like my natural lip color, so it's a perfect nude. But it still looks like it has a little bit of color instead of like a brownish like skin tone nude. This one's more natural, so I love that. I just throw it on, and these actually stain your lips, so they last a really long time, which is amazing. And then I've recently been more obsessed with the L'Oreal Glossy Balm. I only have one shade. This one is in the shade Vintage Rose, and it's very similar to that other one. But this one is a little bit more sheer. The color, it's that one right there. It looks almost identical to it, but it's a little bit more sheer, and I just throw this on every day, especially if I'm wearing like a berry colored eye, kind of like today, or if I'm just wearing more purples, or when I wear burgundy, even when I wear red, like this just matches it perfectly. It's really hard to describe, but it's just so nice. The L'Oreal ones actually do not stain like the Revlon ones do, but they just feel really nice and hydrating, just like a tinted lip balm. So then for lipstick, this is actually the one I'm wearing today, and it is the L'Oreal lipstick in Jennifer's Nude. I featured this in a mauve lips makeup tutorial. I will link that for you guys down below because mauve lips were huge this year, and this is definitely a lighter, more wearable version of that. It's just really natural. It's a really pretty pinky nude, and it's super glossy. It makes you look like you're wearing a lip gloss, and it's really hydrating. So that is it for my 2014 favorites. I hope you guys found some new products that you'd like to check out. I think I've also done a video like my all-time favorite products or something like that. I know I did one for body products, and then you can also check out my recent hair care routine if you want to see my all-time favorite hair care products, because the ones I showed in that video are ones that I used basically like all year ever since I think May of last year. So definitely check that out if you want to see my hair products. I also wanted to let y'all know that I do have a giveaway going on my blog where you can win a set of 5 Studio Gear eyeliners. So I will link the post for you guys down below if you want to enter to win that. It's really easy to enter, and you can win a makeup kit of your own. There's not many entries on that post yet, so there's some pretty good chances of winning on there. All the products that I mentioned in this video will be linked on my blog too if you guys want to purchase them. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos on Wednesday and Saturday, and sometimes on Mondays too if I have time. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye everyone. I actually use Facetune the most, which is what almost everyone uses. But this has so many different neat effects that you can use to kind of airbrush your photos. So I just do a little bit like on my forehead. That's